Hey, my wild friends, it's Tuesday tea time with Dorarena, and I want to welcome all of our first time viewers and those that will be watching the replay. We are from Women of Wisdom. We are a nonprofit organization here to bridge the generational gap between the preteens and the more seasoned women so that we can pass on vital knowledge to one another and to the next generation. We are empowering with practical wisdom and confidence. And we all need to contribute one to another because that's what makes the world go round, right? So, I like to introduce to you my tea that I have tonight. And since I do have my chai, my favorite tea, yes, that's what I'm doing tonight, okay? My chai tea. And I got a little creamer in it because most of you guys know that I like creamer in my tea. And I'm using raw sugar. Okay. I know that's going to surprise a lot of you, but I have raw sugar. Okay. So I also introduced to you, I think I've used this cup before, but it's been kind of rare that I used it. And this is my cup where it says precious and dearly loved. All right. So I have to give a shout out for this cup. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my camera situated right. So here's my shout out to my friend for my cup. Tea time. So Adrian, thank you for my cup. Okay. Oh, this is such a good tea. I hope that you have your cups with you tonight and that you fill your cup up with lots of wisdom tonight. All right. Okay, if you get a chance, share this video. So share it with somebody so that we can pass the word out, so that we can change lives from caterpillar to butterflies. How about that? Okay. All right, so let's get to our topic tonight. We've been talking about confidence, and we're going to talk about impede confidence. So last week, if you were with us, you are aware that we were talking about. Let me scroll this down a little bit. We was talking about diminished confidence, and that's to make someone feel less confident or to give the impression of being less significant. Okay, so this was last week's topic for discussion for wisdom. So NP is our NP confidence, what we're going to talk about this week. So we do have coming up soon, we are going to talk about the relationships between men and women, okay? Because we need wisdom in that area as well so that we can either prevent things from happening or cause the right things to happen. How about that? Because everything that we do should have wisdom leading us. Okay, we'll make less mistakes in life, and that's just how it is. All right. Okay, let's get our first slide here. Okay, a few factors that impede our confidence includes living in the past, fear of failure, diffidence, and that's just being shy or lack of confidence or whatever. Self defeating assumptions. Ooh, I thought that. That's that. You know what? We can unpack that with a lot. Okay, self defeating assumptions. Okay, so defensiveness. Have you ever thought about defensiveness impeding your confidence? Wow. And staying in our comfort zone. So this is probably just a small list of the things that impede our confidence. And we are going to focus tonight on our comfort zone. And you know what? This is just me, but I think that the biggest hindrance to our confidence is our comfort zone. And because we like to stay and what makes us feel comfortable. And so if you have been used to the negative, then you're comfortable with that. And so we need to realize and accept and evaluate our comfort zones that are causing stagnation in our lives, okay? Okay, so let's go to I have a couple of quotes. Now, this is anonymous, but it says, a comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. Can you not agree with that? Because really, it's almost like being stuck. You're stuck in your ways, you're stuck in your mess, you're stuck in lies, and you could be stuck in offense, just anything that you could be stuck in just food because you use that as a comforting mechanism. So there's many things that you can claim to be your comfort zone and be stuck for life, and not even really venture out and discover and grow. And with that, there's that lack of pleasure, that lack of peace, and that joy when you accomplish things. You're not going to have that if you are afraid to get out of your comfort zone. Listen, I'm talking to you about an area that had taunted me because I did not like being out of my comfort zone. Matter of fact, some people, they would teach about, you need to move out of your comfort zone. And me, I'm like, click, let's change that. Because, I was comfortable being comfortable, and I would never accomplish the things in life that I am accomplishing today. And if I plan to go any further than where I'm at, I have to stay uncomfortable. So we have to learn how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's grow, my people. Okay, so staying in your comfort zone can impede confidence by preventing you from challenging yourself, which builds the confidence gained from stepping outside familiar places. And, with that in mind, do you think that you would ever discover your abilities and things that you're good at, like hidden talents and things like that? How are you going to find out those things if you're just stuck in your comfort zone? And, really, you just got to deal with your want to, you got to deal with your attitude and not receive the lies of comfort that makes you believe you're okay with where you're at. I mean, we all have to make that decision. We all have to make that choice. It's always up to us to decide because it's according to our will, what we will to do. But you will be much freer, much happier if you would get outside of that zone. All right. I don't know about you, but I played a lot of sports and, basketball, and even volleyball and things like that. And they have their perimeters, that you can't go outside of, and the zones and the basketball. If you stay in that zone too long, you get a foul or something like that. It's been years, okay? But you get the gist of what I'm saying. And so there's always going to be that pulling on us to stay where we are comfortable. But I'm telling you, if you just take baby steps and just go towards something that you enjoy doing, that you didn't think you could do, or you just, in your mind, you think, oh man, I wish I could do that. Or I have a desire to do that, kind of like the bucket list thing, and just kind of start doing some things, and you'll feel much better about yourself. And that's a plus. Okay. That's always a plus, to feel better about yourself. Okay. The comfort zone seems appealing. It helps us to avoid the risk of failure. However, embracing challenges is essential for developing resilience and confidence. And that's important, because we need resilience. We need to know how to bounce back out of situations, and these things are giving us character. What we need is strengthening who we are, so that when we go through stuff, we can go through it successfully, and then we can help somebody else that will go through the same thing we went through. How about that? And the some of us deal with the fear of failure. Some of us deal with the fear of success. But the root is fear. And so you just gotta jump past that. And that goes right into our next quote, which is by Eleanor Roosevelt. We did her last week, but this particular quote is one that I have on my website. I started out with it on my website because it's just so good, and it encouraged me. And so I know that it will encourage you if you allow it to. Okay. So you gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. And that's how you grow. That's how you overcome, is looking fear in the face. What is that acronym for fear? Fear appearing real under false pretense, something like that. I don't always get that stuff right, but you know what? We cause ourselves a lot of times to fear, because we think more about the negative things that could happen instead of thinking about the positive things that could happen. And then our respective of fear has been taught wrong, and we need to learn from those things that we failed at. That's just another lesson on the chart. And I've said this before, there's so many people that made so many mistakes, and then they turned around and invented things that are still prospering today, still affecting our lives today. How about the light? How about electricity? How about, we wouldn't have the internet without electricity. So step out of your comfort zone and don't impede your confidence through staying there in your comfort zone. How about that? Let's take a tea time break. Good, good, good. Okay, our next slide is this. Intentionally stretching ourselves and pushing beyond our comfort zone, even in small steps, can help us develop new abilities and boost our confidence. Okay, so that's your assignment, so to speak, or your practical application. Just, you know, one step, one small step at a time. I mean, you know what? I did not like being stretched, but now I'm enjoying the benefits of it. There's greater benefits in being stretched and pushing yourself out there to do greater things than it is to have a stagnant life and not do much, and just, it's almost like, you know, when you don't use something, you lose it. It's also like, you know, brittle bones. You know, you don't do nothing with them, and they become brittle and they just break, and then they cause you a lot of pain and discomfort. You know, really, it's the same thing when you don't want to get out of your comfort zone. And let me tell you this, when we get out of our comfort zone, and we start learning new things and discovering new abilities and things like that, that helps our brain to fire up, and our memory and all the functions in there become alive. Transmitters and neurons become alive, and we live a better life. That's important. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, our last quote is, comfort is the enemy of achievement. And that's Farah Grave. And he's a successful businessman that came out of, you know, pretty much the ghetto. Now he talks about getting out of your comfort zone. As you can see, comfort is the enemy of achievement. And so if you're going to ever achieve anything, don't stay in the comfort zone. All right. Dorarena loves you. And as I always tell you, walk in wisdom. All right. And you know, wisdom is to get out of that comfort zone and start doing some stuff that you always wanted to do. All right. Challenge yourself. Have a great